in.
Right on time. If I'd known any better, I'd say you were a bit too eager. Were you waiting outside the door? I assume you've brought your amended assignment? Give it here. I'll read it now while you're here. What? You have more pressing matters to tend to? I want to make sure that what you've written is appropriate for your grade. I don't want to have the same conversation I had with you before, although it was the most memorable, that's for sure. Take a seat. Stop fidgeting. Pace around if you really need to. I can't stand the tapping. The award? I won the Wolfson History Prize a couple of years ago. Soon after graduating university, I published a book on Aleister Crowley. He was quite a prolific man. History, in general, has been a passion of mine. Before computers, books gave us knowledge, and when a book is destroyed, its knowledge disappears along with it, and so does its history. There were times when entire libraries were set on fire to hide the truth that can't be recovered with an undo or refresh. There's something oddly finite about that type of literature. Of course, computers and internet makes things a lot more easier to store and share. It's one of the reasons why I ask all students to submit their assignments on paper. I think it's an art that will die soon enough, along with books. Okay, you amended what I told you to. Good. I expect that something like that doesn't happen again. If the department head caught wind of what you wrote, I would be the one investigated. You do realize that. It does you no favors. Well, your mission was to get my attention. I suppose you succeeded. More than you thought you would, considering the look you had on your face when you left my class a week ago. I assume that still runs through your mind, doesn't it? I haven't been able to forget it. When I became a professor, I did it to educate, to give back what my teachers gave to me. I never entertained the thought of being caught up in such a mess with you. Only you. I've heard rumors and conversations of other students who find me attractive. Little remarks here and there, whispered behind corners. It happens, and it's my duty to ignore their stares. In a few years' time, they'll probably look back and think of it as nothing but an embarrassing crush they'll tell during a game of truth or dare. It can't be helped, but I can't add more fuel to the fire. I can't give them hope. You, on the other hand, have proved a challenge. I admit that when I read your statement for the first time, I hardly believed it. But there it was, plain as day. I thought it was a prank at first until we had our talk. Did you keep it to yourself? Good. You know how quickly rumors spread, and I doubt you'd want to be caught up in the middle of them. You started all of this, after all. Do you not regret it? I guess not. I'll be honest. I don't either. My teaching hours are finished now. Why do you think I asked you to come at this time? Your class finished over an hour ago. The students who needed to come here have, so now it's just you and I. I'll reply to any emails at a later point. For now, only you have my attention. I remember what I said before, and believe me, I understand what you're feeling, because I share it too. You don't want to know what I feel. Are you sure? Fine. When I saw you for the first time, I knew there was something different there. I just couldn't quite work it out. So, truthfully, I had an interest in you from the very beginning. You were always one of the first to come into class and one of the last to leave. Soon enough, I found my gaze following, studying, how you dressed on certain days depending on weather or color or accessories. You know when to stand out and when to hide. It wasn't until after I kept you behind last week that I realized what it really was. Perhaps it wasn't purely desire, but infatuation. You have a light that your peers don't. You carry it in your eyes. They're rather beautiful, actually. So clear, focused. They could have been looking at any other person. I should have known, but I ignored it. I assumed the essay was a last-ditch effort to get my attention. And it worked. There's no classes I have to teach today, so it all depends on how much time you're willing to give me. All of it is a little excessive, though I admire your candor. So, the marks I promised I'd give. Have you prepared yourself for them? What sort of marks did you think I meant? Ah, such an interesting mind you have. I'm glad you picked up on it, though you should know that there's not much I can do to sate your imagination. Come. What is it you want? Speak plainly. Well, that is plain, isn't it? You hardly managed to take the last ones. You think you'll be able to now? You really have been waiting patiently, haven't you? Your eyes are glazed over already. Then lean down. I can already feel you trembling a little. Are you trying to hold yourself back? Well, some of the others on this floor don't go home until at least 8, and right now it's just gone 6. And 2 hours is a long time to wait. I don't think you want me as a partner. Even though this is a university and legally there's no laws against it, it's unethical. It's not that I don't want things to continue. All I want to do right now is kiss you more. But there are boundaries to consider. We give in to whatever this is, and then what? Keep meeting in secret in my office? Where is that going to end up? Thinking of what the future will be is redundant. Enjoy the present and what fruit it bears. And right now, you are what has been given, and I shall gladly take it. Lean into me if you can't stand. Shh. As much as I want to hear your voice, you have to hold it in. I don't know how many other professors or students are wondering about it this time. And here I thought you'd be able to handle it. I feel like you might have bitten off more than you could chew. Or at the very least, overestimated yourself. You should know your limits, even when it's for something you crave. I'll send over your assignment grade over the weekend, and I'm warning you now. If you pull another stunt with your next assignment, I'm failing you without question. But if you do need to discuss some theories, then you know where to find me. After hours, and when you are ready. Understood? Good. Your extra credit will be considered. Get home safe.